Vice President Shettima is advocating for homegrown solutions to Africa's economic problems, emphasizing innovative approach for growth, development and prosperity on the African continent. The Vice President gave this advice during a high-level Accra Reset Initiative meeting held on the sidelines of the ongoing 2026 World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland. Our correspondent Emperor Simon reports.
Vice President Shettima sets out for another day of engagements at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. This time, he's attending a high-level Accra Reset Initiative meeting. The meeting, attended by business leaders and development partners, also has President John Mahama of Ghana, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and former Vice President Osinbajo in attendance.
Interpretations of what you need to do, because as
the discussion here focuses on the imperative of a more deliberate effort on the part of African leaders to chart a course for the continent's development to preserve the sovereignty of their countries.
Sovereignty is not a flag that we are going to wave. We come here and wave out. Sovereignty is discipline. It is the ability to make choices and carry them through. It is the ability to negotiate firmly, coordinate regionally, mobilize capital, incentivize resources, and implement at scale that lead to sustainable development and growth.
These points are re-echoed by President Mahama of Ghana and former Vice President Osinbajo, who both call for stronger ties among African nations.
So here's what we must focus on. First, we must invest in skills, not just education, but skills that match real jobs in the real economy. Digital skills, green energy skills, manufacturing skills. We need a generation of young Africans who can build and not just consume. Second, we must build together. No African country can industrialize alone by itself. We must create regional prosperity platforms, manufacturing zones, energy grids, and digital infrastructure that gives our businesses skill and our workers opportunity.
The whole idea is to find ways of rethinking how to fund that development here and there. If we ask ourselves what has worked,
His Excellency Shettima to say brief remarks.
For Vice President Shettima, there is an urgent need to build domestic productive capacity by converting Africa's population and natural talents into real resilient wealth.
What confronts us now is not a discrete development problem, but a shared condition of systemic stress. Demographic aging in parts of the north, debt and inflation pressures across the south, climate volatility and a global order whose institutions are struggling to match today's risk for credible collective action. To our brothers from the global north, I'm here to tell you the solution to our labor crisis, and it is the solution to our developmental crisis.
Vice President Shettima commends organizers of the Africa Reset Initiative, which he notes will help reset the mindset of African nations from dependency to dignity, from aid to investment, and from rhetoric to results. The take-home from the meeting is that Africa can only rise when countries on the continent build, not just in silos, but in unison. From Davos, Switzerland, Emperor Simon, Channels Television News.